Well, guys, not everything has a happy ending. Not even the show you loved so much, specifically in 2009, had a happy ending. I'm going to be the first one to tell you guys that, so you don't get your hopes up. Yeah, so I never said Sonny with a Chance was the best show ever, but I do really like it. I heavily relate to the idea of wanting to make people laugh as a career and getting to know people on the way that also have similar aspirations. Sonny with a Chance is so good at being optimistic, following this Sonny Monroe character who, she's like SpongeBob. She just wants everybody to get along and everything to be great, and that's what makes a genuine comedian, I feel like. So then why was she stabbed in the heart? What's up, everybody? It's Johnny 2000, covering all 2000s media, from movie, TV, video games, and so much more. Yeah, Sonny with a Chance was robbed of a life. Okay, well, that's a little dramatic. It was your grandmother's savings in the safe at the top of the house, but you left the keys out, so then obviously somebody got in, and you can't even blame them because it's like, I left the keys out, it's okay. No, but yeah, so we got season 1 of Sonny with a Chance had 21 episodes, season 2 had 26, and I think we all know, it's no secret, that the show wasn't intended to end after 26. Demi Lovato ended up going to another place. You could look that up. You know, basically, we couldn't continue the series. So, episode 26, the final episode of Sonny with a Chance, was never intended to be a finale. See, it's not every day that TV shows get the privilege of being able to continue as long as they want, but also get a conclusive ending. Sonny with a Chance is one of the victims of this network dispute. And now I know you're saying, Johnny, the network didn't cancel it, Demi left. Yes, but it was the network's responsibility to keep the workplace environment so healthy that you wouldn't revert to something like that. And while it's easy to say it was one thing or the other, it's a little bit of both. So it got through its first season super successfully. While they didn't have really a season finale, it still had Sonny coming in, having a good time, being a part of the show, overcoming obstacles, really fitting in. So it's a good show, right? Then we get to the second season. We start off strong, get a bunch of musical numbers. Chad Dillon Cooper becomes a little bit more main of a character because he's awesome. Where the episode where the skinny jeans took over all the main cast's bodies and they sang about it, or the one Gassy, the farting dog, passes away. I mean, the Sonny with a Chance is super random. I don't have much that I can change about this. All I can do as a proud American is complain. I wish Sonny with a Chance got to keep going, but it didn't. But we can recognize the ideas that were started that never truly finished. And I'm not 100% sure I would have even enjoyed where this show was going anyway. So not only did they not get the finale they deserved, but it was cut off in the middle of a really important story arc. So the final episode is called New Girl. The So Random cast members are in the prop room trying to come up with a new sketch for the show. Someone suggests making a sketch show about a girl and a boy breaking up, because apparently that's what happened with Sonny and Chad, and Sonny just asks if they could just drop it and not talk about it. So the rest of the cast offers ideas about a sketch about Bunny, a nice girl who has her heart broken by evil Brad Millen Duper. Wonder who that is. Tawny adds, who runs like a girl, and they all mimic Chad running like a girl. Then he actually shows up to the prop closet, telling Sonny he's looking for his sunglasses, but it's very clear that he misses her. Yeah, you guys don't feel that? I do.
Sunglasses. I wore to the beach from that time we were dating.
Yeah, well, maybe you should try the beach.
Sonny tells him, if you let those sunglasses have their moment in the sun, maybe they wouldn't have broken up with you. And he runs off like a girl. Then we have Sonny writing a song in her apartment. Okay. So the neighbor upstairs complains about the noise level, and Sonny apologizes about the thin walls. The randoms then go to their new hangout, the patio. Okay, cool. Coffee house, nice. Sonny notices there's entertainment here, where somebody's playing the guitar, and that's kind of like what she's been into lately. She's been into songwriting for some reason. She actually debates singing her songs there. So she fakes getting a drink to talk to an employee. The new employee is named Mel, and it's this girl that has a crush on Grady, the feet on the table guy. Mel tells Sonny where the sign-up sheets are, and her and Grady have a connection. Later, Sonny's at her house singing when the neighborhood yells again that she's tired of the song. Someone knocks on her door, and it turns out it's Chad, looking for his hat from when they were dating. Chad, back off. Chad notices Sonny wrote a song, so he steps in and screams with her guitar and sings himself.
Am I gonna have to come down there?
attention.
But then we find out Mel actually lives upstairs. Yeah, she shows up to complain and realizes it's Sonny. So Mel actually is threatened by Sonny because apparently 8:30 is her time slot to sing, and if Sonny were to sing, her audience might not like it. Oof. Mel, you're just saying Demi Lovato's a bad singer? Chad jumps in and challenges her $20 if the audience doesn't like Sonny more than her. Obviously, this is tension between Sonny and Chad because they're not together and they're acting like a couple. Like, the boundary issues is evident. So we finally hit the patio and Sonny is ready to start singing. Suddenly, everybody's clapping for a joke she didn't even mean to make.
Seriously, that wasn't that funny of a joke. that wasn't even a joke.
What is going on? It's a really funny moment, but then it's revealed that Chad actually paid everybody in that audience to be there and applause in order for Sonny to win this bet. Kind of sweet, I think. Yeah, they're all actors from the show, and he has a funny line saying that he doesn't even like them.
You packed the place with your friends?
I wouldn't do that. These are paid professionals I would never be friends with.
So she's upset, and she's like, okay, I know you mean well, Chad, but this is why we broke up, and she leaves. Oof. Harsh. So then we're back coming up with sketches with So Random, and now she's obsessing over Chad. And this is a funny part.
To go into the space program.
And the shuttle lands on Chad's moon-sized ego like we didn't all see that one coming.
Later, Sonny actually shows up to Mel's apartment, giving her the money for the bet, but she doesn't take it, because apparently Sonny was never able to sing. Oh, so this girl's actually kind of nice. She says she'll happily take the money when she actually wins the bet. Oh, so this girl's really thoughtful. Honestly, this is kind of a better Tawny. They both argue, and eventually Sonny helps Mel rearrange her furniture. At the patio, Grady, Mel...
Shut it!
You shut it!
At the patio, Grady and Mel finally have a little bit of a conversation, and it's revealed that both of them definitely like each other. It's very good. Sonny finally performs, but Chad comes out, and then suddenly she cannot sing the song anymore. Ooh, what's going on, Sonny? So she runs off stage, she can't sing it, and what is going on? So finally, Mel visits Sonny one more time to talk to her about the song and why she couldn't sing. Suddenly, she knows that it's about Chad. She tells her, it's definitely about you, and she has a really inspirational quote.
You know, you either wrote that song to get him out of your system or because you don't want him out of your system. Either way, he's still in your system and you need to deal with that.
Then finally, she encourages Sonny one last time to get up on stage and sing that song. Later, we finally get the song in a 3-minute long scene. Oh my gosh, Disney Channel just loves to break out into song like this for this long. She finally feels it, and we're so happy she finally got to, although I'm pretty annoyed because I thought she was a comedian. She finally receives the standing ovation, and her and Mel are good friends. The next day, Sonny and Chad run into each other at the studio, and Chad says, like, I heard you killed it, and they have a finally civil conversation that boundaries are respected in.
Good.
Good.
Fine.
Fine.
And they do their typical good, fine dialogue before Chad walks away, and that's kind of a really sad way to end the entire series. And finally, we see that, like, Sonny definitely still has feelings for him, and it's like, is she gonna explore them? What's gonna happen next? All right, this is the final episode. This is the series finale of SonnyWithAChance. Right here, right now, series finale. This show has lived so many lives. I would say, like, the first season was its comedy life. The second season was its, like, really wacky life when it was singing so much. Then we got Chad Dylan Cooper, and it became more of a working with Mackenzie Fall type show. And then finally ending on, like, this third transition where they kind of add the patio, they kind of add Sonny singing, and then suddenly the show is kind of off in a new direction. I sometimes think that maybe it was best that it did end this way. All the introductions of this final episode are not super welcome in my eyes. Like, I am in love with what I started with, which is all these kids on a sketch show. I like it when characters get developed, but I don't like when the original premise is essentially forgotten. Like, I want to see Sonny Monroe become a comedian. I want to see her struggle with issues comedians struggle with. And I mean, that happens a lot in this episode, but we do get more of a... They're trying to make Sonny a singer. They're trying to get Grady in a relationship. It just seems like every time they're trying to talk about the sketch show, like specifically in this episode when they're trying to figure out the perfect sketch, but Chad Dillon Cooper keeps getting involved. It's like they don't actually care about achieving that goal. They just care about talking about Chad Dillon Cooper to lead to the actual plot they want to talk about. But I was actually curious about that sketch. Like, show me Sonny struggling with this sketch because of her own emotional issues, not Sonny trying to start her own music career, dealing with her ex-boyfriend. Like, this is any episode of a TV show. I would say it's one of the weakest episodes I've seen of Sonny with a Chance in general. So not only does it stink that it ends that way, it stinks that it was going in that direction. You do have to think that, you know, when Demi Lovato left, like, this show had an X amount of episodes already ordered. Do you want to be the actors and lose your paycheck for the next 20 episodes because of one thing one other person did? No, that's not really fair. So they did have to do So Random as the 3rd season, which I do not count as Sonny with a Chance. I mean, given the title change, it's not fun to know that this redirection of this sketch show has come from losing an actor. Like, clearly you guys didn't come in with like, hey, we have a new sketch show. It's like, oh, let's just make this a sketch show. Like, I get that they were trying to make what needed to happen, but it didn't end up being good art, and business needed to go through, you know, like, they needed these paychecks, these actors were committed, but sometimes you gotta critique the art, and the art was not there after that. Why is Sonny developing a singing career? Is what I really want to know. Like, I just don't think it's necessary for her to have that passion. That sounds ridiculous, but like, it's like maybe in a scene or two, or she's passively learning a song later. But we chose the character Sonny Monroe to be the show more than the sketch show itself, and that's fine, but start that in the first episode. Sonny Monroe is funny. She's here because she likes seeing people together. She likes comedy for that reason, and sometimes it's okay to bring in a song or two. It's cool to have a crush on the next door love interest that's a star of another TV show. This is all a part of the sketch show, but then when it becomes about her completely independent of this show, we lose it. So Random is what Hannah Montana was to Hannah Montana. You know, the show's about Miley, but her entire life is about Hannah Montana. So it's Miley living as Hannah Montana. Sonny's life is living as So Random. Imagine if Miley stopped being Hannah Montana completely, started pursuing football, and then all these episodes became about football. That doesn't make any sense, does it? So once we lost So Random as a fundamental feature on this, and it just became about this person like Demi Lovato, it's clear that they loved Demi Lovato so much that they almost rewrote the show to make her work. And you know what? That's the show's biggest problem. I think you needed to stick to the original premise a little bit. Like, Miley Cyrus was incredibly talented, and we loved seeing episodes where she was growing up or taking on other interests that weren't singing, but something always wrapped back to the pop star persona. Maybe even the attitude of the character, the idea that there's a secret you have to keep. I kind of wanted to see an episode where Sonny explained her tan. Like, how did you get from first episode to last episode, and this tan is like completely different? That's like a metaphor for what should we have been focusing on throughout this show. I want to know what led this small town girl to ending up in LA getting a tan. Like, that is a huge identity issue, and we're not even talking about identity on this show. Like, Miley Cyrus would have talked about that on Hannah Montana, but this it just didn't happen. But like, yeah, have an episode where Sonny Monroe is finally tan and maybe it affects her personality. It's just, I could think of so many episodes that would have been amazing for Sonny with a Chance. You know, so fun fact, I actually found online Sonny in the Middle from season 1. I found somebody selling their script, so I actually have this script in my possession, and obviously most people are like, okay, that's kind of like that. Is that show even popular? Why do you have a script for it? I'm like, I love it because I love Sonny with a Chance. And the first season, the show that has the best first season is also the show that failed the hardest. It's so sad to think about, honestly. And it was really promising where it started in the second season. Ego versus humility, comedy versus drama. Overall, Sonny with a Chance died trying to rebrand itself. The second season was already changing itself so much that it's no surprise that it eventually did fall flat. It has its musical era, it has its Chad Dillon Cooper era, it has its Sonny dating era, and then it goes to Sonny singing era, and then it goes to... Why? Why does it go to that? Thank God right before you give Grady a girlfriend and Chad Dylan Cooper a depression arc. Like, I was scared to see that where that was going. So I guess this finale did work better than I thought. No, not for real. This is a perfect example of how the show was never the same again. Sonny with a Chance, New Girl, is the end of the best part of Sonny with a Chance. Now, if you guys want to see any more videos, just let me know in the comments, and I'm curious how you feel about this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'm Johnny2000, covering the TV, film, and music of the 2000s. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.